I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Have you ever won brawn?
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan.
From the moment Terrence "Bud" Crawford laced up his gloves to Floyd Mayweather's visit to his camp, the boxing world has buzzed with speculation. What secrets did Money Mayweather bring? How can Crawford's speed and savvy neutralize Canelo's raw power? Let's dive into the ring and unpack every jab, pivot, and counter that could rewrite history.
Don't
Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
But he...
Crawford's camp crackles with energy the second Mayweather steps through the door. The air thrums with the click of gloves and the snap of ropes as Bud dances around the ring, light on his toes. Mayweather watches with that trademark half smile, nodding at the pivot and jab combination. He's here not to brag, but to teach. To remind Crawford that a fight is won before a punch lands, in the mind and in the feet. Every pivot shifts momentum, every jab sets a trap. Bud soaks it in, his focus absolute, as if he's rewiring muscle memory to dance on Canelo's heavy fists.
He's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does, don't get me wrong, he does have a lot of power.
But Canelo isn't oblivious. Across town, Alvarez hits the gym like a bull in a china shop, neck bridges that look medieval, resistance bands that scream for mercy, and squats that defy physics. He's gathering strength like a coiled spring, knowing full well that size and power are his cornerstones. Yet power without precision can crumble. Crawford's camp knows this and sharpens every edge, weaving drills that make you feel weightless, shadow boxing that carves angles, and mitt work that hone his reflexes to a razor's edge. It's a chess match with gloves.
But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters.
At the next press event, Canelo unleashes verbal uppercuts. He mocks Crawford's resume, painting his camp as an easy ride. Yet every taunt is laced with respect, a subconscious nod to Crawford's threat. Bud responds with calm intensity, eyes fixed, words measured. I respect the warrior, I fear no man. That composure is itself a weapon, unsettling an opponent who thrives on intimidation. Mayweather warned Bud, stay cool, let the other man flinch first.
The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo.
In the gym, Crawford's jab becomes the star. Mayweather breaks it down, step, snap, retract. It's not just a punch, it's a statement. Canelo's jab, once a fortress, shows cracks, slower, less frequent, a ghost of its former self. Bud's double jab, then triple jab drills embed themselves into muscle memory, teaching Crawford to command distance and tempo. Mayweather watches, nods once, and steps aside, letting Bud own the ring.
But I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more, try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude.
Yet ringside analysts remain split. Some hail Canelo's experience against giants. He's faced light heavyweights. He's weathered storms. Others champion Crawford's versatility. The way he pivots from orthodox to southpaw, the way he feints then unloads. They debate footwork, head movement, ring IQ. But for Crawford, debate fuels determination. Every low blow to his ego sparks a blaze of focus.
I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
As sparring intensifies, Crawford tests his counters on live targets. He clips trainers on the gloves, times their reactions, and learns to exploit openings in the weave. Mayweather chimes in between rounds. Flick the jab, snap your head off, then catch him when he overcommits. Crawford absorbs each nuance, folding Mayweather's blueprint into his own style. It's the perfect fusion of youth and wisdom, speed and guile.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit.
Meanwhile, Canelo prowls like a matador, cutting off the ring with weighted boots and calculated strides. His corner drills the art of the angle cut, drilling Julio Cesar Chavez film clips until muscle memory kicks in. Yet every time Alvarez unleashes his signature body shot, Crawford's impenetrable defense, a product of wrestling roots, shines through. He shoulder rolls, he glides, he shrugs off power like rain on a tin roof.
By dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume?
Press hype reaches fever pitch as pundits pit power versus precision. Will Canelo's granite chin withstand Crawford's laser-guided counters? Can Crawford's slick footwork nullify Alvarez's ring-cutting prowess? Every analyst delivers a verdict. Every verdict steals Crawford's resolve. When Bud speaks, he echoes Mayweather. I study, I prepare, I perform. It's not bravado, it's plan. Executed with surgical intent.
So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to...
As fight night approaches, tension coils tighter than a spring. The arena pulses with expectation. Under the lights, Crawford strides in, eyes locked, each step echoing Mayweather's lessons. Across the ring, Canelo flexes, every muscle honed for impact. When the bell rings, it's more than a fight. It's a test of strategy over strength, of mind over muscle.
Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford.
Yeah.
Got Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with.
Round after round, Crawford's jab dictates tempo. Each snap on Canelo's gloves reminds the champion of vulnerabilities. Bud's counters explode between punches, scoring real damage. Canelo fires back with bombs that would fell lesser men, but Crawford's defense weathers the storm. Every pivot keeps him one step ahead. Every feint lures Alvarez off balance.
I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to...
Midway through the final rounds, Crawford unleashes the punch combination Mayweather taught. Double jab, pivot, counter hook. It lands flush. The crowd roars. Canelo stumbles, recalibrates, and charges with power punches that could end lesser careers. But Crawford dances away, snaps back two quick rights, and Canelo is forced to clinch. Judges scribble notes, pundits lean forward.
Put on a better fight than I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low.
When the final bell rings, both warriors stand tall, bruised but unbowed. The scorecards read in Crawford's favor. He claws the championship belt from Alvarez's waist, three-division undisputed champion. History is made. Mayweather's grin widens across the canvas. His blueprint proved true.
That anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tested.
Skill pay the bill. That's why Canelo feels the good.
That night, boxing fans witness more than a victory. They see the triumph of strategy over sheer strength. Crawford's speed and smarts, sharpened by Mayweather's insights, carved a new legacy in the sport. Canelo's reign yields not to brute force, but to a masterclass in precision.
You can take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell you the truth about Canelo.
What shapes a champion beyond the roar of the crowd? What meals fuel a knockout punch? What mindset withstands the storm of power shots? These questions drive every second in the build-up and beyond. Now, strap in as we dive deep into the unseen grind behind Crawford's rise and Canelo's empire.
Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when...
Floyd Mayweather's visit might have stolen headlines, but Crawford's daily routine tells the real story. Dawn breaks, and Bud's already at the track, sprinting drills that mimic ring bursts. His coach times every stride with a stopwatch, demanding splits down to the 100th of a second. After conditioning, it's mitt work, hundreds of reps of jab-cross combos, each one faster and sharper than the last. This repetition isn't busy work. It imprints precision in muscle memory until every punch is instinct.
I cooked this dude. Easy.
Right now, I think Crawford is a little better than Mayweather, but Canelo have more experience right now.
Meanwhile, nutritionists craft Crawford's meals like chemists. Lean proteins, complex carbs, and a precise balance of fats keep his energy steady through marathon sessions. Brown rice paired with grilled chicken and steamed greens gives him slow-burn fuel, while white fish and sweet potatoes help build lean muscle without excess weight. Supplements, omega-3s, BCAAs, multivitamins, fill any gaps. In the world of big data, This diet is tracked hourly. Calories, macros, hydration levels, even sleep patterns feed into a central system that flags any deviation from peak performance. On the other side, Canelo's training plays like a symphony of strength. His power sessions start with Olympic lifts, clean and jerks, snatches, to convert explosive force into boxing power. Every rep tests the limit of human capability, forging the neck and core steel Mayweather marveled at. Then it's back to the ring for heavy bag work, thunderous hooks that shake the canvas, body shots that simulate crowd noise. Afterward, he swims laps to flush lactic acid, ensuring rapid recovery. It's a regimen where science meets instinct, tuned over years of experimentation. But the fight isn't made in body alone. It's sculpted in mind. Crawford's sports psychologist uses visualization exercises that blur the line between dream and reality. Bud sees every scenario, from a perfect counter on round one to weathering a late-round onslaught. He practices breathing techniques under stress, calming his nervous system so that in the booth of chaos, he hears only his own coach's voice. Skeptics might scoff at mental training, but when that bell rings and adrenaline surges, this work becomes the decisive edge between panic and precision.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts, and the world said he was inexperienced.
Canelo's mental game relies on legacy. He studies old footage of his idols, Muhammad Ali's swagger, Julio Cesar Chavez's tenacity, and internalizes their confidence. With each heavy bag session, he repeats affirmations, "I am invincible." It's a traditional approach, valuing the timeless power of self-belief. While academics debate modern methods, Alvarez trusts the old guard, combining respect for the past with belief in his natural gifts.
I was 36 with 40-something fights, and to tell you the truth, I was over the hill.
Financial stakes add another layer of pressure. Broadcast contracts, pay-per-view splits, and sponsorships mean millions ride on every jab. Crawford's team navigates negotiations with caution, preserving his underdog aura while maximizing his share of the pie. Canelo's camp relies on the star's established market, luxury watch endorsements, tequila brands, global TV rights. In this big data era, real-time analytics track pay-per-view buys per minute, social media sentiment spikes with each headline, and each trainer knows that one viral moment can tilt millions in revenue. This commercial battlefield demands the same tactical mind as the ring.
Did you know that Canelo and Crawford actually weighs the same when they're not fighting? Now, despite the initial argument that Crawford...
Then comes Fight Week, the pageantry before the storm. Media Day looks like a gladiator parade. Crawford sits calm, shoulders back, fielding rapid-fire questions about weight, strategy, and personal life. Reporters probe for cracks. Aren't you worried about Canelo's power? Bud shrugs, eyes steady. I train for power. Meanwhile, Alvarez passes around shots of his private label tequila at the open workout, charisma oozing from every pore. Fans chant, phones record, and the world watches as narratives take shape.
He was a smaller guy since he was known to be fighting at a much lower weight class. This would all change after it was revealed that both men had a very similar walk-around weight.
On the eve of battle, both warriors retreat to isolation. Crawford chooses silence, early bedtimes, and a single guitar riff on his phone to relax. Canelo opts for loud music, laughter with close friends, and a final review of fight tape. These traditions harken back to fighters of old, an anecdotal respect for routines that have stood the test of time. In this moment, both draw strength from rituals trusted by champions across generations.
Terrence Crawford himself posted a photo of his actual off-season weight of 186 pounds months leading up to their face-off.
Fight night arrives in a blaze of light. The arena fills with a mix of boxing purists and social media spectators. First bell clangs, and Crawford starts with measured footwork, jabbing to map Canelo's range. He's not simply testing distance, he's painting the canvas of the fight. Round 2 brings counters, right hooks off the jab that snap Canelo's head back. Each shot shouts the work of hundreds of sessions and thousands of repetitions.
While Canelo previously confessed during an interview with ESPN that his normal walk weight is usually 180,
Canelo's response is seismic. Charging forward, he lands a crunching body shot that echoes through the crowd. Crawford winces but stands his ground, absorbing with a shoulder roll that belies his size disadvantage. Here we see wrestling roots in boxing form, grit and leverage neutralizing raw force. Analysts call it a turning point. The first moment where Caldwell's grit meets Alvarez's power.
And that's why when he fought at light heavyweight, there was basically no weight cut involved, not to mention continuing to train.
As rounds aside, Crawford's jab remains the metronome. Canelo's power punches are the breakers. Bud weaves under hooks, pivots out of tight spots, and lands clean counters that leave Canelo blinking. Bud's strategy unfolds in slow motion. Jab, jab, pivot, feast on openings, then reset. It's a surgical strike campaign, not wild flurries. Fans marvel at the technical mastery.
And that's why when he fought at light heavyweight, there was basically no weight cut involved, not to mention continuing to train.
Alvarez, sensing urgency, shifts tactics, smothering Crawford in the clinch, leaning on him between punches. He tries to sap Bud's legs, but Crawford's conditioning shines. Each break in the clinch sees Bud spring back with fresh legs thanks to his sprint-based conditioning. The data on his heart rate variability confirms he's still at peak capacity deep into the fight.
Every day, despite being off-season, also helps Canelo not to go through the extremes when he needs to make weight come fight night.
Rounds 8 to 10 become a microcosm of the entire bout. Power versus precision, youth versus experience, raw data versus old-school wisdom. Canelo lands a thudding left hook that staggers Crawford, only for Bud to recover and land a crisp counter that evens the ledger. Observers note how Crawford's eyes remain calm, Alvarez's flicker with surprise. That mental composure becomes its own weapon, a trait Mayweather drilled into him.
And to be honest, it does kind of show, as Canelo usually looks the same in and out of the ring, while Crawford normally looks much bulkier when he's not fighting.
As we move into championship rounds, every punch carries historic weight. Crawford's corner feeds him nuggets of data. He's dropping his lead hand. Trap that next time. He implements these mid-fight adjustments, a testament to a fighter who studies numbers as well as punches. Meanwhile, Canelo's corner urges him to use his legs more, cut off the ring, and let power reign. It's a final clash of ideologies, analytics meeting tradition in real time.
I'm going with Terrence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove.
The final bell sounds. Both fighters embrace. A moment that transcends rivalry. They know they've shared war. Back in the dressing rooms, they pore over judges' tallies, awaiting the decision. Then it comes. Crawford by split decision. The crowd erupts as Bud raises both gloves, tears mixing with sweat. This victory cements his place among boxing's elite and validates every pivot, every sprint, every data-driven meal, and every mental drill.
To me, that they can break Terrence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no just.
Floyd Mayweather's blueprint proved prophetic. Crawford's blend of speed, strategy, and steel carved a path to history. Canelo's power tested every limit, reminding us why he's called one of the greats. Together, they delivered a fight for the ages, one that blended modern analytics with time-honored traditions, skeptical inquiry with unwavering belief. The lights go down, but the echoes of that war still reverberate. Social feeds exploded with memes of Crawford's pivot, while Canelo's power punches spawned highlight remixes overnight. Pundits scrambled to rewrite their previews, some praising young Bud as the sport's new tactician, others insisting Canelo's power always did the talking, just not loud enough that night. Fans picked apart every frame, debating which moment turned the tide, as if a single jab or hook could carry the weight of fortune. In boxing's digital coliseum, every clip, every tweet became a new round of speculation and hot takes.
Respect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terrence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Behind the scenes, trainers and data analysts pored over spreadsheets and slow-mo reels. Numbers told stories that raw power could never, revealing that Crawford's punch accuracy peaked in rounds 5 through 8, when Canelo's output dipped by nearly 15%. Traditionalists grumbled, "We don't need numbers to tell us who won," while modernists hailed the age of analytics as the sport's next frontier. Yet both sides grudgingly agreed. Nothing beats watching two elite fighters scramble to adapt on the fly. The ring remains the ultimate proving ground, where muscle meets mind, tradition faces technology, and only one champion emerges.
I swear to God. I swear to God. People say that. He said, how can Crawford not top me?
Back in Crawford's camp, echoes of Mayweather's advice lingered. Sparring partners praised the clarity of Mayweather's blueprint, claiming they still felt the ghost of Money's jab pivot drills in their own flesh days later. Meanwhile, Canelo's team doubled down on old-school methods, returning to the dusty VHS tapes of Chavez and Ali, convincing themselves that history's greatest always found a way. It's a classic tug of war, tactic versus tradition, data versus dogma. And in boxing, as in life, neither side truly wins until the next round begins.
Whether if he stops Canelo. That's just
Canelo?
My brother is just Canelo. But what about that other?
Rumor mills churned about potential rematches. What if Crawford moves up again? Could Canelo reclaim his crown with a new strategy, perhaps by adopting Bud's own game plan? The idea sparked heated debates over whether style truly cancels style, or if size and power inevitably tilt the scales. Skeptics scoffed at endless what-ifs. You can script 50 scenarios, but once they're breathing on each other, all bets are off. Yet fans craved more. Another chapter in this modern boxing saga that blends raw emotion with sharp strategy.
That other Hall of Fame legend, Juan Manuel Marquez. What about the other Hall of Fame legend, Miguel Cotto?
As the dust settles, one thing remains clear. Boxing thrives on the tension between old and new, between brute force and precise craft. It celebrates the fighters who honor the past, even as they forge the future. Crawford's jab taught us that even the smallest weapon can topple a giant, while Canelo's power reminded us why size still matters. Their clash was a microcosm of the sport itself, unpredictable, raw, and endlessly compelling.
And Manny Pacquiao, and Oscar De La Hoya. Is he gonna go in a fucking DeLorean from Back to the Future and knock those dudes?
So, what's next? Will Crawford's reign hold, or will Canelo's counterattack cement him as boxing's perennial power? Only time and another fight will tell. Until then, we savor each clip, each stat, each rumor, for they promise the thrill of greatness reborn. If you're hungry for that next round of heat, hit subscribe, slap that like button, and drop your bold predictions in the comments below. The saga continues, and you won't want to miss a single second.